Hello, everyone, and welcome to Outside. The series, of course, we're going outside zombies maps, such as Ancient Evil, which we're going to do today. I have never played this map. In fact, I've barely ever played Black Ops 4, but I got a mod menu, and I'm super excited to explore this, because the artwork in this game is amazing. Starting off in spawn here, we got a couple window locations to check out. Let's go ahead and hop right on through this one. See what's going on out here. We're on the outside of the temple building, I suppose, which is pretty cool. There's a little bit of dodgy collision with these stairs though, so you kind of just clip right on through them, but this is a pretty cool... Oh god, I fell through the map. Where am I? Oh. Okay, this is kind of strange. I haven't really seen this before, but there's like a staircase underneath the ground, or at least what looks like what would have been a staircase. Yeah, and then there's another platform here as well, which is really weird. I'm not sure if this is used. It could be the case that zombies spawn down there and then slowly make their way up to the windows. And on the other side, we got a window as well. Let's go ahead and hop on through this one, and it looks very much so the same, although this side is completely surrounded by barriers. Like, I can't go anywhere. But using a little bit of no-clip, we can at least take a look at it all. And there's nothing really hidden over here, but it is a pretty cool area. And as we make our way outside here, it's kind of cool to see what they did for some of these window locations. So, for instance, there's this one right here, which isn't super interesting. It's like a hole in rock, I suppose. Which we saw a lot of these, I think, on Voyage of Despair, for instance. But if we go over here, well, they use this little liminal space here for a window location for zombies to spawn here around the corner and come on out at ya. And I suppose the reason why I think this is cool is because right on the other side of the wall is playable space, so they're using all of that space in there, completely utilizing it for zombie spawns. And if we make our way around this side, we could say the same is the case over here, just another little location for zombies to spawn out of sight, with a couple props just chilling around, and what looks like a dead guy just chilling right there too. Unfortunate for him. And cause we can, we might as well fly on up, see what it's like to get on top of this temple, which it doesn't seem like the roof itself has collision, but there are brushes underneath us that we can walk on top of. And on each side, we have all these statues, right? And it's kind of cool to see how they're separate models from the building. So when I'm inside of it, for instance, oh my god. Okay, I don't know what is going on, but suddenly it no longer wants me to be on the rooftop. It's like it just grew a barrier somehow. I've never seen this happen, but I can't get on there anymore. But anyway, what I was saying is these are separate models from the actual building itself, and they're just placed in here. And it's kind of cool to see how that's done. Just some horses and a bunch of dudes. I'm not sure if there's historical importance to any of these guys, but here they are. Should probably touch up on my history, shouldn't I? Alright, before we continue with the main section of the map, I want to show you guys some really cool stuff hiding outside of the map. So, first of all, right outside of the cave that holds Delphine is this little, cave thing. And I imagine those who have played the map probably know what this is, but I have absolutely no clue. This part right here, it doesn't seem like we have good collision with, so I imagine this is part of a cutscene. I don't really recognize it from watching the intro cutscene, although maybe it's a part of it. I also have not seen the outro cutscene, obviously. I've never done the Easter egg, I've never played this map. But nevertheless, it is really cool to see. And on the other side of this wall right here, if we go right on through it, well, we got ourselves a cave. And what's kind of cool, too, is there's backface culling going on. So from this direction, we don't see the wall, but from this direction, we do, so it's kind of weird. But anyway, hopping on into this cave, we walk on down it, we can see this, which surely is Easter egg related, right? I mean, there's symbols on the wall. I imagine this is a cipher, probably. And we got some glowing rocks, very Element 115 although this is Chaos Story, so I suppose it's not, right? Still a really, really cool room. And I imagine you get teleported here somehow. And this gives you some information for the Easter egg, maybe? I have no idea. You guys are going to have to let me know down below. So other than this little hidden cave out here, we also have all of that going on over here, which, if we go ahead and get closer, those who have played the map will start to understand what this is immediately. So when you do get close, the skybox does change, and all of a sudden, we start to see a moon above us, which is, oh my god, it's so bright, dude. Look at that. Beautiful. Oh, it's also raining. But anyway, this is where we are. I have no idea what this is. I don't know if this is Pack-a-Punch or if this is Boss Fight Arena. It definitely feels Boss Fight Arena-esque. I mean, I could see these things right here being jump pads and like flinging you between different areas, and you're like fighting a boss that's in the middle. I have no idea if that's the case, but it definitely kind of feels like that, although I suppose there could just be a Pack-a-Punch here somewhere. I don't know. But for right now, let's at least just explore it. I think it's a really cool little area, and imagine that a lot of this you don't get to spend a ton of time in, because it's probably a bit hectic. And each one of these platforms kind of has its own, like, charm to it. Like, this one has a little statue here of a woman. And then this one over here has a dude with a bow who is completely gold. And in the middle, we just got this, like, rock formation with a staircase. And the staircase itself, we can walk on, although at the bottom of it, it just ends off with a barrier over the entire map here. But as we walk up the staircase, we could make our way to the top, although the collision isn't fantastic, and it definitely doesn't seem like we're supposed to be here. If we go straight down below us, there's a few things chilling down here. One of them is just a brush, just chilling right here. A little chunk of material that we can stand on, but I'm not sure why it's here. And right above us, well, there's a horse with wings? Is this the boss? I have no idea, but oh my god, it's here. I imagine that this is probably the boss of the map, or at least related to it in some kind of fashion. It seems to have some, like, feathers for wings with glowing, like, red everywhere, and oh my god, look at those eyes. Oh, wow. Now, if we keep on going below us, there is a lot of, like, mountains here just extending down into the map. Obviously, you would never see any of this, but they're here because you can see the tops of them, which is kind of strange how they do that. I'm not sure why they have these massive mountains underneath the map. Perhaps this is just a reused asset, and obviously you only get to see the tops of it, so it just adds to the immersion, I suppose, of this area, making you feel like you're floating in the clouds above a bunch of mountains. And I mean, in reality, of course, you're just right outside of the map that's like over in that direction, I think. I'm not exactly sure. And you can get into a weird point here where the main map is loaded in, and part of that Mount Olympus area is also loaded in. I mean, certainly, like, the sky portion of it is, as well as some, like, mountains and stuff. And this kind of puts in perspective how maps like this are made. And I love this, how there's, like, different areas in some of these maps, and they're all really just right next to each other the entire time. And you never really would know that playing the map, because the developers do such a good job. But there's, like, a random, like, black texture up here. What is going on with this? Yeah, this looks very strange. It's just, like, covering the top of this. Is this, like... Oh, okay, so this is the waterfall, I suppose. Interesting. And lastly, we got these two things out in the distance. That over there are the teleporter boxes for the map. If you guys don't know how these work, this is where you are teleported to first before you are brought to your destination, and there is one for each player on the map. But over here, if we make our way, this will look very familiar to those who watched Outside Dead of the Night. I mean, first of all, everything turns red because we're, like, part of a different weather volume or something, I suppose. But also, this area, if you watched Outside Dead of the Night, is identical to the one that's under that map. And you guys let me know in the comments of that video that this is actually a test map. This is, like, the base map that you can load in mod tools when you're making a map. But my immediate question is, why is that on a Treyarch map when it's never been here before? Like, it's not in any of the Black Ops 3 maps either, and that is obviously the game with mod tools, so I'm not sure why, but nevertheless, it is cool. You can see there's, like, a little window location here, although it doesn't exactly go anywhere. And there's also a little room over here as well, just kind of constructed, I suppose, showing you what you could do if you did have mod tools for this game. Although, as far as I know, there isn't any mod tools for Black Ops 4. But if I turn around, what is pretty cool about this one is we got a whole bunch of zombie models just standing in a line in an A pose. It's pretty awesome to see this. They're definitely the models of the map. I'm not sure if this was just, like, showing them side by side so they could see them all, or if there's an actual purpose to having them all lined up here, but there does seem to be a missing slot for some reason. Not sure why that is. But alright, I'd say that's enough fooling around all the way out here. Let's go back inside the map and start checking out some details in there. And I suppose it's time for us to make our first decision of what direction we want to go in. And honestly, playing this map, I have no clue, but I think I'm gonna go this way. So starting off in this direction, we have a couple more windows to the right and left, but of course we've checked out those areas already. But over here to the right, we got another one that we haven't, and if you hop on out of it, it just leads down to this little like pond area where the water is. And it's really cool too, because you can swim in here, although if you get too low, you just start falling through the map, because there isn't anything under that water. And heading on over this way instead, we got another window location here, which looks like it leads also towards another one at a different section of the map over there. But we can see back here, there's just some like vegetation and some area, I suppose, for zombies to spawn out of sight. Although, honestly, this being Black Ops 4, not sure if they actually do or not. But what I do notice is there is a barrier separating these two areas, and I imagine that right there is the area that zombies spawn for that window location. So this little like cave section, they probably crawl on out and go on out that window, while for this one, well, they probably spawn somewhere over there and then make their way up the stairs. And since we just already checked it out, we might as well make our way down to the offering of the Attalids? What? On the opposite side of that window over there, we have this one as well, which looks really cool, actually. There's a whole bunch of models just chilling back here. It looks like some treasure and like scrolls and stuff here on the shelves as well. Whole bunch of gold coins and the head of a cow. Huh. This really feels like some like national treasure stuff going on here. I'm not gonna lie. But anyway, around the corner, we do have a very liminal area here. Although it doesn't have a texture at the end here, we do have collision on it. We could just walk right on. Okay, maybe not all of it. I definitely just fell down. I imagine zombies probably spawn back here and then make their way towards the window. Definitely a really cool space. There's a barrier blocking me from going this way, but we're going to go ahead and pass it up anyway. Check out this area, which is another window location as well, I believe. And again, there's a bunch more models here. A ton of these like pots and stuff chilling, and a chest that doesn't seem to have anything inside of it. Although, actually, it does have that. What is that? Huh. Not sure. Well, it seems we need the Sentinel artifact to continue further that way. So, because of this, we're going to go ahead and head on back up this way and go through this door instead, which I imagine will lead us to it, probably? Well, right here on the left, my eye is immediately brought to this window, although it doesn't seem like it's very large. Zombies probably just spawn right here around the corner, but it's really cool at the same time. Like, all of the vinage and stuff, it really makes it feel like it should. I mean, the artwork, again, Black Ops 4 is really good. I mean, I hate the game. I don't enjoy the game at all. Like, playing it, I don't enjoy it. But looking at it, it's amazing. Really wish this game was better, man. I really, really wish this game was better. For those who enjoyed it, like, I'm genuinely happy for you, because this game is beautiful, and I wish I enjoyed playing it. And up here, I guess, is another area zombies spawn. It definitely seems like it with all the blood. Zombies probably spawn somewhere up here and crawl on down towards you. And there's a bit of space here that's out of bounds you don't get to see in the textures. Well, they kind of go out the window up here, because I suppose you'd never get a look at it. And hopping through that barrier right there, it leads around to this waterfall, which of course down there is the map. But if we go ahead and fly on up through here, we can at least take a look at what this would be like to walk through, which it does all have collision. And at the top of it, we got this little building as well, which we can walk right on through the door. Of course, there's nothing inside of here, but really cool to check it out anyway. And around the sides, I mean, there's just a bunch of this like grass area with this really boring texture, I suppose. I mean, it looks like spray paint. If you get up close and personal, it looks like somebody like spray painted green all over the place. But I mean, it works, right? You'd never see this except from afar, and it's really awesome to explore it, although I just fell right on through that. Okay. And on the other side, we got some more buildings, which is kind of cool. We got collision with the stairs, too. And walking on inside of this one, it does actually have a floor, this one, and a ceiling, but doesn't really have very many walls in here. And oh my lord, look at the backside. And heading on through the upper road, it looks like we got some more space over there to check out. But before we do, I mean, there's a door here. I gotta go through it, right? So let's go ahead and hop on into it. Doesn't seem like there's anything in here, although there actually is walls in here. There's no culling going on, so we can see all of the textures, and that's pretty cool. I don't know if there's supposed to be anything in here. I mean, it definitely feels like there is supposed to be something in there, like an Easter egg part or something. I mean, it's just sitting right there on our pathway here. And to our left, there's this really cool looking window location with a whole bunch of blood and a log for zombies to hop on over. And inside of here, we can see where the zombies spawn. They spawn way down here in this little, like, cave area, which is really cool because the stairs go a lot further than you think they would. And look, you can see the lone zombie just chilling in spawn, waiting for me to come back. And at the top of these stairs, there is another one of these rooms. But, of course, just like the last one, there's nothing inside of this one. And it's kind of strange because the floor is, like, lower than everything else. It's really weird in here. And continuing on, we got this door to go through. Let's go ahead and fly on into it. And we make our way to the Castellan Spring. Oh, is that what you are? So, I mean, immediately we have this window to our right, although it's not super interesting. It's just a little area with some vegetation and a place for zombies to spawn. But, I mean, I suppose the main attraction is this building, right? So if we walk on past the spring, we make our way to the Amphitheater. And on the other side, we got this going on, which I'm not exactly sure what is going on here, because we got a dude holding the shoulders of a headless woman who has the artifact. And then, I mean, this lady seems pretty mad. In the audience, it's just a bunch of these zombies models, right? Just, like, encased in these crystals. So I'm not sure why that is either. But, I mean, anyways, I suppose we'll grab the artifact, right?
I cannot pry it from her grasp.
Awaken, my soldiers! Slay these pawns of the Pythia!
Well, that was kind of rude. Where you going, dude? Oh, he's gone. Okay, so what? We're stuck here. We gotta fight zombies, I guess. Although they're not zombies, they're skeletons. Okay, are we done? I killed them. Are we done? We're good? Oh, no, there's definitely more coming. So it looks like one by one, the zombies just start breaking out of their crystals here, huh? This is actually a really cool little, like, ritual thing. And you got a circle here, too, so you can, like, circle the zombies around, training them in a circle. And, oh my god, what are you? Oh, it's bright. It's a Pegasus, right? Isn't that what that's called? Where did it go? It just flew away in this direction, and now it's gone. Okay, so it seems actually it's not gone. It's just circling the entire map now, which is awesome. So I guess this is like the good version of the horse that we found out there at that Mount Olympus area. So that's really cool. So I guess there's like a good and a bad horse Pegasus thing. Awesome. Again, I don't really know the chaos story, but in learning lore, I'm sure we'll eventually get to it. But anyways, in this amphitheater, there's definitely some things to check out. I mean, I suppose the first thing is this area where the guy walked to, which if we walk here, we can see there's like a staircase here. It actually follows the same collision as all of these seats do. But if we go ahead and no-clip on past that, we could see that it leads absolutely nowhere. And I have no idea where that guy walked off to. I can't seem to find his model anywhere. We also have these windows to the left and right. Let's go ahead and hop on out of this one. We got ourselves a little pathway that leads back towards this bridge that we checked out before over that waterfall. But there's also this little room here. Actually, it's not that little at all. Actually, it's pretty large. But this is where the zombies spawn. We got a couple props here on the ground, and that's about it. Around the corner, there isn't exactly any modeling here. Although there's something really weird going on with the texture. It's like popped off the wall quite a bit. And up the stairs, although there's no collision past this point, if we go ahead and no-clip, we can see there is a little, like, what looks like a window location, I suppose, here in this, like, little temple building thing. Yeah, it's definitely a cool space, although I'm not sure if it's used. I mean, it looks like a window location, right? But from what I can tell, considering there's no collision here, I don't think it is used. I'm pretty sure this is just here for some ambiance. And there's also this little building because we can. Let's get inside of it. It does have a floor and it has walls, which is always a nice welcoming touch. And on the other side of the amphitheater, we got this window location, which looks a lot larger. There's a huge space here, actually. And it seems like we have collision, well, with most of it, I suppose. And just like the other one, it also has a little room here for zombies to spawn, and a massive ambient orange light right there in the corner, which is pretty cool to see. And over here, although we don't have collision, unfortunately, we do have a couple of little buildings, such as this one, and it does have textures in it. There's also this one right over here, and same can be said here as well. And what's nice about this section, at least, is we do have collision with it, because we're back close to the map again. And I think zombies walk on this and then come in the map right here, I imagine. And there's really a lot going on in this space. For instance, down here, there's like some stables and like a wagon, I suppose. And if you make your way up the stairs past this little building, we can go towards this temple, which it doesn't have collision, at least the stairs don't have collision, but we could no-clip on over here and walk in it. And there's a lot of space here. Although when you come in here, it's very obvious that you were never meant to see any of this. There's not any modeling, although there is some like broken floor going on, which is kind of cool. And as far as collision with the roof, well, this is what we got. Pretty much the same as that one over there. And with all that, let's go ahead, hop back in the map right on over here, and continue this way with some of the space we haven't checked out yet. In fact, actually, I think that pretty much covers this little section, so we have to go through this door, which I guess is just right on the other side of spawn, so this is where we would have gone to if we decided to go the other direction first. And inside of here, we got a lot of really cool modeling, and a window location right here. Let's go ahead and hop on into it. Again, another really bright orange ambient light here around the corner, and a big old space for zombies to spawn. This place actually is really well modeled for a window location. And there is another one of these windows here at the back. If we just go ahead and hop on through it, we can see it's pretty much the same kind of situation. A little area here around the corner for zombies to spawn, and what looks like some swords and shields and, well, I mean, not swords, actually. That's a spear. But we also have some, like, pots and stuff, and on the other side of this overturned table, well, if we walk on through it, there is just this little bowl here rocking back and forth constantly. It actually has physics, too, unlike, like, the other props around here. And I'm honestly not sure why that is, because, well, you'd never see it, so I'm not sure who placed it here, but whoever did, the developer, props to you, because, I mean, it's a pretty cool prop. See what I did there? I'm funny. And continuing onwards, we have the Gymnasium Bathhouse to check out. Immediately to our right, we have some little, like, small little window location area here. It looks like it's connected between the two of them, and there is some modeling in here, but in the middle, I mean, there's not really much going on. And we got a couple more window locations right here. If we hop on into this one, it's just a small little area for zombies to spawn here around the corner, with some modeling here as well. And as for the other one, if we go ahead and fly on into it, same can be said. It actually looks almost identical as far as shape goes, and again, just some, like, chairs and stuff placed around. But walking on into the bathhouse itself, we got a box. Might as well hit it, right? See what we get. The Hades. Nice. I remember this thing being pretty decent, but, then again, I guess what would I know? I only played the game for a month. Oh, it's stamina. I can't afford it. I'm too poor. Man, if only there was a way for me to change that. Sick.
Sadly, any advantage I gain will be short-lived.
Inside of this bathhouse, we do have a window location here at the back, which looks kind of awesome. Okay, if we can no-clip, there we go. I mean, first of all, the space itself is massive. It seems to wrap around the entire building here and goes all the way through towards this side, like behind the perk machine into this window location. There's a statue of a girl holding some roses, a bunch of water on the floor, and it actually, like, follows this little, like, crevice along the entire thing all the way over to this one, where it looks like we got ourselves a pot roasting over a fire, although there isn't exactly a flame here, it's just a bunch of hot coals. And inside the bucket, and going through the bathhouse, we make our way to the intersection of treasures. Huh. Interesting. Golden bribe.
Come, monster!
Oh my god, what are you? Hey.
A gift for you, my champion. Well done. You have the golden bridle. Pegasus
Double points.
at the Spartan monument.
So I restarted the game here just to see if the model of that guy is chilling in here ahead of time, and it doesn't seem like that's the case. In fact, well, I mean, for one, that part isn't actually here on the pedestal anymore, so I guess it has multiple locations, and I have no idea where the other one is. But anyways, around here, there is a ton of stuff to check out, like this, for instance. Let's go ahead and hop on into this little room. We got a couple busts up here, and this one's just, like, staring at the wall. Kind of creepy. But we do have some space and a whole bunch of modeling over here on this wall. Oh, my lord. Bunch of random things just chilling on the shelves, and there's a door. Let's go through it. On the other side, it is an actual door, and it leads to this little, like, well, I guess, like, courtyard area. Definitely a cool little space, and there's also a hole here in the rock. A very dark room, although if we use a Wraithfire, we can see there is no modeling in here other than a single little, like, bowl thing. Yeah, not sure why that's there, considering you would definitely never see that from inside the map, but really cool nonetheless. There's also this window location right here, which looks awesome. We got ourselves a very dark room. If we use a Wraithfire, we can see what's in here. We got a little, like, chest going on, and some swords and stuff on either side. And wrapping around this building, there is another one right here. If we hop on out, we can see it connects both sides right here for zombies to go either way, and in the middle, an area for them to spawn down out of sight. And moving on this way, we have this one, which also looks awesome. It's got the same kind of doors as that little place where that boss zombie hopped out of, and going on down this staircase, it leads nowhere, but man, does it have some atmosphere to it, I'll tell you what. There's like a little, like, garden area with a whole bunch of vegetation just surrounding it, and on the left side of it here, it's a staircase leading up to another window location. On the opposite side of this, we have these window locations here, which are just in another, like, temple building. We hop on into this one. We got a statue of a golden woman and a whole bunch of props lying around. And as for the one next to it, it looks very much so the same. Actually, almost identical modeling to that one really dark room over here. Again, a chest and 2 racks for weapons, which is exactly the same as what we see in this little temple. And just past this, we have this window location, which around the corner has an area for zombies to spawn and some props here that you really don't get a good look at from inside the map. In fact, I'm not sure if you can see that at all. But there's also that building back there, which it doesn't seem like you can get to this normally. But inside of it, there is a lot of modeling and some really cool, like, candle-lit area here. But it seems like that is the end of this intersection of treasures, which is probably one of the coolest areas of the map so far. There's a lot of these buildings and really cool window spaces as well. I loved it. But let's go ahead and hop on past this door. Oh my god, frame drop. And right here, other than this massive, like, sword in the ground, there is a couple window locations, such as this one, which is a very small area with some ambient light, and it looks like a root of a tree just coming through the ceiling. On the opposite side of it, there is this window location, which, hopping on into it, there's a bunch of blood on the floor, a really small passageway here that it looks like this is where the zombies spawn at, although it turns extremely liminal when you walk past here and start to realize that suddenly, well, you're in, like, some vegetation. I will say, though, this is a cool space, and it leads on back into the map over here at the Spartan Monument. And to our left here at the Spartan Monument, we have this window, which goes on down a staircase and around a corner, although there's actually a barrier blocking me. I will say the modeling of this map as we go on just gets cooler and cooler, and I can't wait to see what's going on over there. But before we do, let's head on up this staircase and hop through this window, which again has a little chest here. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like there's anything inside of it, but nonetheless, it is pretty cool. We got a skeleton as well on the ground, a broken pot, and around the corner, some very liminal space for a zombie to spawn. But alright, I suppose it's time. Let's go ahead, hop past the perk machine here, and check out all of this space, because there is a lot of it. I mean, first of all, we have a ton of Spartan soldier statues just lining the walls, and continuing this way, I think this is where the intro cutscene started, right? Your guys, well, you came, like, out of this temple right here, and there was some ropes right here where you rappelled on down to the map, which this is a really cool area as well, and you have collision with all of it. But when your characters made their way down here, which, by the way, it does not line up with the area that they ended up, but anyway, they ended up somewhere around here, where there's a whole bunch of stalls here and some hay just chilling about. And then they walked themselves through this doorway, which has a barrier, but through this doorway and into the map and up towards the Apollo Temple. It's always really cool checking these out-of-bounds areas out, because since they're used for the intro cutscene, they have a whole lot of modeling, unlike a lot of other areas. And even though you really wouldn't see a lot of this, And there's some weird texture stuff going on here, because I suppose, well, it's probably not loaded in during that intro. This area still is really well done, and it's awesome to check out. And to the right here, there's a roadway, which we can walk on, and of course, all of these buildings, well, they're empty. But the roadway does continue, and it wraps all the way up. Oh, okay, there's a barrier, but it wraps all the way up towards this massive sundial, which it's really cool to see this here on the ground. I'm not sure if you do anything with this on the Easter egg. I mean, immediately seeing all of these around, it makes me feel like you gotta, like, focus light somewhere, because they're just shining beams in, like, random directions. But that road does indeed continue towards this little temple here, which, again, has a whole bunch of modeling in it, and wraps all the way around through a barrier here, all the way around the map. It just keeps on going, past a bunch more of these little houses, and off into absolutely nothing. Let me just hop on up in this area where the intro started, and I'm going to take a sip of the coffee. Because, of course, I have my coffee with me here this morning. I hope wherever you are, whatever time you're watching this, you're enjoying yourself, because I absolutely love exploring these maps. I mean, I can't say it enough, but the artwork here in Black Ops 4 is fantastic. I did not like the gameplay of this map. Well, I mean this game, rather. I never played this map, but I'm sure I would not like it. And like I said earlier, like, for those people who enjoyed Black Ops 4, I'm kind of jealous of you, because this map is awesome, and I'm sure the Easter egg is a ton of fun, just, like, looking at some of the stuff that happened, like, for instance, this boss guy just hopping out of that wall. That was really cool, which, by the way, that thing hasn't spawned yet. Still have no idea where that went to. And, like, this ritual thing here to grab the artifact and a bunch of zombies just start coming down at you, that is a really, really cool feature. I mean, I really hope that our next ground-based zombies game at least has some of the hints of Black Ops 4 from the art style of this game, because it was fantastic, and I liked Cold War. I mean, the gameplay of Cold War was a lot of fun, for me at least. But the maps themselves kind of lacked that spark, you know, the spark that Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3, Black Ops 1 all had. It kind of just felt, I don't know, it felt a little bit plain in a way. And if you guys are enjoying this video as much as I am making it, consider leaving a like down below. It helps me out a ton. And of course, subscribe so you can come back for more. I also want to leave a huge shout out to the members of this channel. Thank you guys for supporting this channel, especially in a time when, like, the views and performance isn't exactly all that great. It definitely gives me that extra inspiration to push the channel forward. And of course, all of you guys who comment on the videos and leave likes, all of it is motivation to try and make the best content I can for you guys and keep you guys entertained, and I hope I at least do a mediocre job at it. But with that out of the way, it looks like it's time to pass on up this door and move on to... where are we? Ooh. Dormant Hand. Okay, we got that now. And there is a window location right here as well. Let's go ahead and hop on out of it. There's a big old open space that just wraps on down and towards this little building, which, again, has a lot of modeling in it. Use a little ray fire just to be able to see it better. We got a table here with a skull on it and a whole bunch of props, as well, of course, as one of those chests again. But back up towards where the window location actually is this little room, which has a massive ambient light, but not very much modeling, which is really strange how a building that's so close to the map has no modeling in it at all, but a building over here, which is not close to the map and you would never see inside of, is completely modeled. I've never really understood why that is. Perhaps maybe it's because they were thinking about having this area over here be part of the map and decided, maybe last minute, to cut it off and put a perk machine here instead. I'm not entirely sure. Let me know down in the comment section if you guys have an idea of why some of this stuff happens. I'm sure those who are map devs might have a bit more of an insight than me, but I always think it's really cool to see. But heading on up the stairs, we got this door to pass on up and make our way to the Stoa of the Athenians. And inside of this area, we got some really cool spaces to check out. First of all, let's just hop on into this one. Again, a fully modeled window location with a whole bunch of stuff here on the tables, and oh my god, look at that dagger. But hopping on over to this side instead, we can say the same about this one. It's a much bigger area, and then around the corner, of course, it's not modeled, but a place for zombies to spawn, to pass up a little fire here in one of those bowls, and yet another one of these chests We've seen this thing in almost every single building. And here on the left side of this building, there's another window location which almost looks identical. I mean, in shape, it pretty much is, and in modeling almost as well, actually. It still has the same little fire, and it still has the same chest, which, looking at this, hold on, just like, keep that in your mind right there. And then here's this. It's so similar. It's literally the same models, right? These are the same pots, except instead of being, like, right here and here, they're moved back behind it, and the chest is slightly moved, like, inward as well. I don't know if this is the case, but I imagine that they just grabbed all these props, copied them, moved them on over here, and then moved their positions just a little bit. Because this is the exact same stuff that's in this room right here. Oh, and here's the golden bridle. Okay. Wait, so if I grab this, it's gonna spawn a guy, right? To try and kill me? Where is that guy? Is he in here somewhere? Oh, what is that? This wasn't here before, right? When I was here earlier, this was definitely not on the ground. Definitely giving me some, like, Shadows of Evil ritual vibes. I'm not sure. I mean, it's green instead of red, right? And obviously the symbols are way different. I imagine this is Easter egg related. It definitely wasn't here before, though, so, I mean, unless I somehow passed it up and didn't realize. Begin the initiation of Gaia. Okay. Oh, is that because of the sword? Let me see. Oh, no, it's that thing that I picked up. But I can't move. I'm stuck in the circle. Okay, hey, buddy, how you doing? You know, I have God mode, so I don't know why I'm worried. But, I don't know, for some reason, not having weapons and being stuck in a small space, like, it gives me anxiety. Yeah, but I guess it doesn't really matter, though, doesn't it? Look at this. Just chilling, knifing. I imagine that's probably not the easiest thing in the world when you're not cheating. The Fallen Hand of Gaia. Thank you very much. What is this? Oh my god. Oh my god. Wait, I gotta go test this on a zombie. Where are the zombies at? They're probably in spawn still, aren't they? That's sick. That is so sick. Can I knife it too? Can I, like... Is it a one-hit? Oh yeah, it is a one-hit knife. Okay, so it does count as a weapon. It's not like Gava Knuckles that are just there all the time. It's kind of like a ballistic knife in a way. Except, like, a super OP ballistic knife. Like, look at that. That's awesome, dude. That is such a cool wonder weapon. So I'm wondering immediately, so let's go back to that bridle thing. Where were we? We were, like, up here? Yeah, right here is the bridle, which I'm not sure... Well, I'm not sure where that boss is going to spawn out of, but let's grab it. Yeah, he just came right out of the ground. Okay, fair enough. This does nothing to him. I can't shoot him. I can at least hit him with it, though. Stop it. Stop it, you silly... Stop it, silly zombie guy. This does not seem to be doing very much damage to him. There we go. Finally. Oh. Well, I mean, I suppose since that guy's dead, we might as well check out this area, which I was gonna do before. It looks like we got, like, a crystal on a fountain, although we don't have collision here. And to the right, we got a little treasure room, which has a massive barrier inside of it, but we can see, again, just some chests and a whole bunch of gold. And to the left... we have this one, which is the first one we were going into. Again, a treasure room, a bunch of gold. But at the back, there's like a little cog here, which definitely feels Easter egg related. Like, immediately the first thing I want to do is try and, like, shoot that. But it doesn't seem like that's doing anything. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I imagine there's something going on here, right? But continuing on up the stairs, there's a bunch of out-of-bounds space here to my right, which has some cool statues in it. But there's not exactly all that much detail, but, you know, still a cool space, might as well highlight it. Oh yeah, and there's also this up here, like a little chariot race, I suppose, with 4 horses. Pretty cool. But lastly, there is this window location. Let's go ahead and hop on into it. We got another Roman statue here, and a little bit of space around the corner for zombies to spawn each direction. Not sure which one they choose, but I imagine they choose one of them. But finally, up at the top of the stairs, we make our way to the offering of the Attalids, which I believe this is one of the first areas we checked out. I mean, I suppose what we didn't check out for some reason was this upstairs area, and there is some really cool modeling here. There's a couple busts, as well as, again, the typical shelves with a whole bunch of scrolls and ancient pottery on it. I mean, it's definitely a really cool area, but unfortunately... there isn't any, well, there's collision here, but there's just a massive barrier, and I can't exactly walk on the actual platform. Okay, so one thing I am noticing right now is it doesn't seem like there's any teleporters, right? I haven't found a single teleporter around the map, which I imagine means that you need to do some kind of thing to activate them. But we saw those teleporter boxes outside the map, which must mean that you do teleport in this map. And maybe it's just to that boss fight arena, but I did find something else. If we head on towards this waterfall here, on the other side of it, well, we have a whole other section of the map that we haven't explored yet. Again, I do not know how you normally get here. I imagine it's through teleportation because it doesn't seem to be connected with the normal map whatsoever, at least that I can see. But before the end of the video, we still have all of this to check out. And looks like we got some snakes. So right here to my right, I immediately notice this doorway, which has symbols on it. I imagine there's a way to get this to open because on the other side of it, there's a room here with a whole bunch of modeling. We have some busts, again, statues of women, and a bunch of debris here on the floor. I'm not sure if this is like Golden Pack-a-Punch room, maybe? Because you guys have told me on past videos that every single Black Ops 4 map was supposed to have a Golden Pack-a-Punch room originally, and some of them didn't end up getting one. I don't know if this one is supposed to have one and maybe doesn't or what, but if you guys know, let me know down in the comment section. But again, really cool, this little hidden room here. It doesn't seem like there's any, like, parts in here that I can pick up, so Easter egg-wise, not sure. Also, everything does not have collision, so that usually means you wouldn't be able to walk in here. But then again, it's modeled, so why would it be if you couldn't see it? Over here, we have a collapsed tunnel, which if we walk on into it, we can see there's actually a staircase here that leads into absolutely nothing. Just a really dark little area. But I suppose it's time to start making our way into this, and I'm not exactly sure what way to go, but we do have some window locations, like this one right here, has pretty much the same modeling as the other parts of the map, except I guess just a little bit more hellish with all of like the red lighting going on. And on the opposite side of it, there is a matching kind of sister window, although I suppose it's not really matching. Has a very different layout with a little back room here for zombies to spawn out of sight, and some, like, pottery here on the table. And in the middle here, we have a tunnel, which is, I suppose, where, like, this river comes out of. If we walk on into it, well, there isn't much going on in here. And in fact, actually, never mind, there's a staircase. Look at this. So this is kind of strange. There's just, like, a staircase here leading on down to some very liminal space that the water goes over. I mean, I suppose it's not a staircase. It's more of a ramp, isn't it? All right, left or right? Right or left? Do we want to go through a snake's mouth, or do we want to go this way? I mean, to be honest, that seems a lot more inviting, but it doesn't seem as fun. Let's go through here. Hopping on into the snake. Well, we got another one of these little ritual areas here. I imagine we got to do the same kind of thing as before? Maybe? It doesn't seem like I can place anything or interact. Maybe it's because... Oh, wait, hold on. What was that? E for part. Ooh. Alright, so we have an axe. What can we do with it? Can I do anything? Maybe I don't have the part for this ritual yet. I'm not exactly sure. We'll come back later, perhaps. But inside of this area, we do have some window locations, like this little one that's just carved into rock with a really bright light there around the corner. Let's get out of that. And continuing through this tunnel, there is a whole bunch of space here, which I think most of it is in bounds. I'm not sure. I'm trying to figure that out, actually, as we go. This part of the map is very confusing, but there is a bunch of space down here. Let's check this out. So it looks like we got some water here at the bottom with like this really cool purple texture on the ground. Not sure why that is, but it makes this room feel wicked, dude. Look at this. Yeah, I mean, I'm running around here, dude, and I just immediately got lost. Like, I don't know where I was. I think I was here somewhere. Oh, God, this place is a jungle gym, dude. And it seems like most of the window locations, well, they're just little caves. They're not super exciting. So I'm just going to keep exploring and let you guys know if I find anything interesting. Oh, there's all that area down there. What's going on down here? We got, like, some docks. Oh, my God. Look at this. Is this playable space? I guess it is, huh? I mean, it looks like it, at least. I don't know. Well, there's barriers stopping me from going into the water, so maybe it is? And if we pass up those barriers, I mean, first of all, it turns my screen red, so this area certainly is not playable space. But on the other side, okay, we have no collision, but we do have a little building again with what looks like a window location. And I imagine it looks like a window location because this is just one of those buildings that we saw in the normal area of the map. And oh my God, there's floating green light. What is this? Why is this floating here? I have no idea. I imagine, again, Easter egg related for some reason. Maybe this is just stored here. This might be some animation stuff that's used for a part of the Easter egg, and because you can't see this area from inside the map, it's just chilling up there waiting to be used. And then there's this area here in the center, which definitely looks Pack-a-Punch worthy. I mean, it says center of the world, which I don't know about that because, oh my god. You know, you would think I would have noticed the massive statue of a woman being shot with arrows and killed by snakes, but I definitely did not. Crazy, dude. So wait, so there's just a huge woman here. Doesn't look like she has any legs, but she is definitely here. And I guess being, like, killed by snakes, I suppose? Because there's, like, a snake, like, wrapping around her. And she's got, like, venom coming out of her mouth. That's disgusting. I don't really understand the significance of this. Although, looking at her face, well, it kind of looks like this woman. Although, obviously, she's dressed very differently. So, I mean, those of you who know the storyline of this game, maybe you guys can let me know down in the comment section. I know I ask that a lot in these videos, but I genuinely want to know. Oh, and another little ritual location is right here as well. It doesn't seem like I can do anything, though. Maybe if I open the door? Let me open the door first. Will it let me now? No, I don't have the part, probably. Damn, dude. This is a really confusing part of the map. I don't enjoy this as much as the other parts, but look at this. This looks sick. Not sure what's happening here, but we got like some blue flames coming out here of whatever this is. And some window locations, so I guess we might as well hop on back here, check out this space. Really dark little corner here for zombies just to spawn behind this windmill, I suppose. Although, actually, that guy doesn't seem to be able to get to me here. So, maybe he spawns back there. Okay, he spawns back there, goes to this window. And I guess whatever zombies spawn back here in this corner make their way around to this one. Well, I think that's it for this area. I mean, it definitely wasn't nearly as thorough as I am on other sections of the map, but this place is very confusing, and for the most part, the window locations aren't super interesting, and I think we covered all of the areas that are. I will say, though, although this is a super confusing area of the map, atmosphere-wise, it's awesome, but I doubt gameplay-wise this is a super fun place to be. I mean, other than maybe this area right here where the Pack-a-Punch is, well, at least I imagine the Pack-a-Punch is. I mean, there's definitely something in here. Like, look at this. What am I looking at right now? I'm inside of it. Oh, God. There's a grate below me, too. What is this? Oh, my. Oh, we fell through it. And now we are in hell. But yeah, as I was saying, I doubt the gameplay in this area is a ton of fun. But again, I mean, kudos to the developers for making this place feel the way that it does. Immediately upon getting here, it just felt creepy, and when you look up and realize that there's this statue of a woman dead here, it definitely adds to the feeling of the place. So I was just messing around, just checking out some more of like these little like panels and stuff, and I noticed there's one over here that is definitely not lit up, right? It's not reflective like those ones. So I decided to go on inside of it and realized that there is a very bright light in here. So I imagine there's a step of the Easter egg that you do somehow, and that releases that light from there, and I guess shoots it at this one right here, huh? I'm guessing that what I said earlier was probably true. You probably reflect the light between these plates and end up focusing it on something. I have no idea what that is that you focus it on. Perhaps it's this stone here in the middle. I mean, that would kind of make sense. But of course, I really don't know. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for me here today. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, leave a like down below. It helps me out a ton. And of course, make sure to subscribe so you can come back for more. If you want to watch more of the Outside series, the playlist is on your screen right now, as well as another video if you want to watch more of my content. But if not, I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay awesome, and peace out.